Yo, today we're gonna be reacting to cops who mess with the wrong one. Alright, if you follow the law, you're not the wrong one. This video is for you. Let's go.
Escaped on a parachute. If we are talking about daring escapes,
10 out of 10.
It does not get any better than this. An unhinged criminal was standing on the edge of the bridge with a fleet of police cars behind him. He waits for a police officer to come to him so that he can fully flex his magnificent escape. As soon as the officer drops by, he tells them about the stunt he is going to pull and drops off the bridge. To add to the surprise, the officer does nothing. He stands by as the criminal shoots up in the sky, getting his audition tape filmed for an action movie. Number 2, criminal fools a police officer. This injured man is being escorted by a police officer. Seems innocent enough, right? Wait until you see his stunt. It will leave your mouth open in shock. The cop is doing his part of the duty in carrying the seemingly injured criminal inside the building. But the poor cop has no idea what's coming his way.
That he's really an Olympic-level track runner.
Pulls up on the ramp and is closer to the gate. The criminal gets up and takes flight.
He is gone.
He seems to be running pretty fast for a guy in a wheelchair, right? It
I don't think
the
I
cop
could catch
too.
him.
Before he could process what had happened, the criminal was long
he's
gone.
at home. He's home
Number
already.
3.
That guy was home already. That is insane. You know, now that I think about it, that's actually a really good disguise. Get to a level of physical capability where you could outrun any cop. You're stronger than any cop. And then put the shit on like you're in the hospital and just sit there and wait on your opportunity and just take off.
Crook takes a smack at the cop. These cops made a very horrid mistake that eventually came back to smack them in the face. Quite literally. What was the mistake?
The cop?
They took this criminal too lightly. A stubborn criminal kept walking with the cowardly cops trailing behind him, who kept calling out for him to stop, but the criminal was in no mood to get arrested. The cops even tased him, but that did not bring the rigid criminal down. You don't feel that? He kept walking like a proud villain, adamant about escaping on foot. When tasing did not stop the guy, the cops decided to stick to words. They once again made the brave decision of telling him to stop.
Why don't they just tackle him?
The guy had enough. He turned around and smacked the police officer with a pipe. His whole face swelled into an ugly bruise, but the cops let him walk away, even after assaulting a police officer.
Where are these cops? Wait, where are these cops, bro? Where are these cops? This guy smacked the police officer, walked through you know what I think it was? It was when they tried to tase him. When they put that taser on the highest setting and they put it in his back, that's not the kind of guy you want to mess with.
Runner hides under a car. This crook was getting chased by a bunch of cops, and he decided to escape in the best way possible. Seeing the car line up, the runner did not think to steal one away. Instead, he did the smart thing and slid under the car. While the cops were busy arresting his partners in crime, he hid in plain sight and fooled the cops into thinking he had escaped. Luckily, the drone was on him to catch him in his act.
Snitching, bro! Snitching drones, bro! Why can't police just play the game fair, bro? If it's a 1v1 and you chasing me, bro, stop with the drones and the dogs, satellites. Bro, it's a 1v1. If you can't find me, let it go. That was brilliant. He deserves to get away.
We're gonna wait and see. I don't think so, because there's a one officer running by.
But the cops will definitely think harder while catching criminals the next time. Number 5, cops make a dumb mistake while arresting a U.S. soldier. These cops pulled a traffic stop on a U.S. soldier. Boy, would they come to regret it soon. The cops were quite adamant about arresting the veteran sitting in the driver's seat for no good reason. Although he is quite cooperative, they continuously accuse him of not complying with their orders. But what the cops did next sent shockwaves through the whole media. On his delusional rampage against the soldier, the cop first pulls out his gun and threatens the soldier.
Why you got his gun out?
No sane person would be complying with orders if their life was under question. But the cop pulled another stupid move. He grabbed the arms of the soldier and pepper sprayed him multiple times. What the cops did not realize was that the soldier was filming them. They might be trying to establish authority, but their stupid move got them a deserving gift in the form of a lawsuit.
So you mean to tell me, bro, a police officer could pull me over, pepper spray me, grab my arm, just completely violate my rights, and all I get is $3,000, bro? So I could pay rent for a month, and my shoulder hurts, and my eyes burn every time I blink. Hell nah. I think he just accepted the first thing they offered him, bro.
Criminal finds a smart way to escape. This guy was on a different level of thinking when he decided to make this escape. Fearing for his life in prison, this guy pulled all the viewers in a state of shock for thinking so quick. He found the space on the wall above him to be empty and took his chance. With a great display of his parkour skills, he climbed the wall with ease and swiftly fixed himself in the empty space. Number 7, corrupt cop messes with an FBI agent. You will be shocked that a cop would try to do this against an FBI agent. This cop was under investigation by a federal agent, but he stupidly tried to escape the matter.
Am I being detained? You're the one who called me here, sir. How did you get my phone number?
The FBI officer called the dirty cop to a location to run a routine investigation. But this cop knew that the details would get him in trouble.
If you know that cop's dirty, he might shoot you, bro.
Despite the federal agent constantly telling him to check his ID, the cop doesn't listen. He is under the illusion that he would mess with an FBI agent and get away with it. From forcing him into a heated car to detaining him illegally, he pulled all
Bro,
the
he just arrested the FBI.
You're burning me up, brother. I had the defroster on.
An ambulance had to be called to save the federal agent from the heat, but the body cam footage caught him in the action and put him under a much worse investigation. And that is not going to be pretty for a corrupt cop.
If you a corrupt cop and you just get caught doing some corrupt stuff, that makes sense. That makes sense. If you a corrupt cop, that's the one agency that has every resource available to investigate your every breath. Why would you mess with the FBI, bro? That doesn't make sense.
The cops had no way to predict this criminal would pull out an attempt at the quickest escape possible. This criminal was running as fast as his legs could take him.
He kind of slow.
But with the cops closing in on him, he knew that he would either be outnumbered or fall prey to the cops soon enough.
They got shotguns.
So instead of running, he made a smart move and jumped off the bridge.
Okay.
I
understand.
Prison must be terrifying for a criminal to leap in the water. He took a dive straight into the river to evade the arrest. He definitely did not expect the cop to do the same, who eventually made his way to the adventurous crook. Definitely not the day that...
I ain't gonna lie, if I try to evade police officers and I jump into alligator water and I look up and the cops just falling by me, oh no.
Came in full force, and they still could not slow down the runner. The criminal must have done a terrible thing to have a chopper trailing behind him.
That's
but
3
even
stars
the
on
helicopter
GTA.
Couldn't outrun this speedy criminal.
That's 3 stars
so
on
the police
GTA.
car made a majestic entrance to make him stop. It did work, but only for a few seconds. The criminal was pushed down to the ground from being smacked by the car. But as soon as the car stopped, he got up and started running. He refused to give up, but the police were just as stubborn as him. One of the cops came running at him.
Bro, I'm thinking, I'm like, he kind of slow.
He fought and tried to move the officer away. So a couple more cops came and finally got the runner.
We might have to run a DNA test on this guy. He looks like a black guy, but he's running a little way too slow. Way too slow. I need to understand his ethnic background.
Stubborn criminal. Number 10. Runner hops on a quad bike to escape arrest. This criminal had a thrilling, intrusive thought, and he decided to listen to it while getting chased by the cops. Without thinking twice, the crook gets on a quad bike, thinking he has already outsmarted the cops. But the officer is hot on his heels. That does not scare the criminal one bit, though. He is on his own adventure as he zigzags on the road, dodging and gliding on the quad bike. But his fun soon pulled to a full stop when he crashed into another vehicle. That made the job easy for the officer.
The getaway drivers are never talented, bro.
Very easily. Number 11, cops pull a traffic stop on the head of internal affairs.
I've never ran from a cop in my life, but I promise you, the day that I do, I'm going to be the best driver you've ever seen. If I'm driving away from the police officers and I got a wide open road right here, I'm not hitting some shit way over here on the side. That's just not happening. That's not happening.
Runner hides behind a car and fools the cops. If hiding in plain sight was a reward, this guy should get it. The police officers were after a crook, but they had no idea that he would outsmart them. The cops pulled up their car to chase the runner on foot.
Angie, our pilot today, talking on O2, trying to...
But they had
bro, another drone, bro. They cheating with the drones.
Hiding behind the car, he fooled the cops into regretting their dumb mistake.
Now they about to snitch.
Luckily,
with the drones.
The drone was there to save the police officers.
These officers, they don't know what the information that we know.
From an embarrassing story. Number 13. Police officer gets...
Yo, imagine hide under the car and thinking you good, and a police officer just... Hey, did you think you would get away? Look up. It's a drone. We've been watching you the whole time.
School.
Our IT department has been tracking you the whole time. Yeah, you might have got us, but you can't. You're not gonna get over on this. Step one, if you want to evade the police officers, you got to get rid of that fucking drone. That drone is your worst enemy, bro. You could literally turn invisible, and a drone would be like, "That's where he was." Bro, there's nothing you could do.
That he was digging his own grave. He first pulled an invalid traffic stop on the veteran, but when she read her rights and questioned his illegal attempt at detaining her...
So give it to me, then we'll go sit in my car, okay?
What law is that?
It made the cop start to see reality, and maybe his career flashing in front of his eyes too. The cop was not very happy though. He smacked the door in the face of the veteran, which cost him a punishment by his sergeant. The video went viral and forced the department to issue a public apology. The cop will remember to behave next time, that's for sure. Number 14, the ninja. If you think that was smart, check this video
right
out. You will be considering him as the perfect hire to pull off your imaginary money heist. This guy was getting chased.
If he does something very amazing, and that damn drone is the reason he's caught, I'm going to Best Buy. And I'm destroying every drone that I fucking find, bro.
By 2 police officers in a car. As soon as he saw the alleyway, he dodged and slid inside to flee the running car chase. But that wasn't even his smartest move.
Show me why they call you the ninja.
He flung out his slinky and hid himself inside it. He even had the mind to push it diagonally so it appeared real. This is an escape that would feel the brightest of cops. Number 15, U.S. soldier. Explains the job to cops. The cops came down to question the suspect, but at the wrong address. What happened next will shock you. A couple of police officers came down to knock on the door and question the suspect. But the veteran living there was smart. Instead of getting intimidated by the cops, he asked if the address was right.
Want to confirm the address?
Can you come out here?
No, she can't come out there.
Even after confirming with the headquarters that they were at the wrong address, the cops would not budge.
This is not the right address.
They kept arguing with the veteran about how they were just doing their duty, but the veteran knew his rights, and he gave a lecture on the law and his rights, which quieted them real fast. The audacity of these cops justifying their wrongdoings is terrifying.
Now that you're on film, you messed up.
We can only hope that they do not pull a stunt like this on a citizen. Number 16.
See, here's the thing, bro. Understand, police officers have to deal with a lot. They got a lot to do. There's a lot going on. It's a very stressful job. But when you are so clearly and obviously proven wrong, bro, just take accountability, bro. Because when we're wrong, we got handcuffs, we get arrested, we in jail. When you're wrong, just apologize and get on, bro.
Number 21. Police raid the wrong house. These police officers were deployed in the neighborhood to run a search warrant, but they were at the wrong house. Without confirming the address, the whole lot of these smart officers were ready to raid the house. None of them had the brain to check the address. To top of that, the officers waited only 30 seconds before slamming down the door. Despite the homeowner asking them to wait, the officers did not listen. But they had no idea that they were being recorded. Their dumb mistake put a dent in their career. Number 22.
You gotta double check the address.
Suspect fights the cops.
Start banging people doors
this gutsy suspect was ready to fight, but he was not prepared for.
Bro, because especially I'm in a house. You know what I'm saying? You walking around. You ain't even dressed all the way. You got pizza rolls in the oven. You chilling. They start banging, knocking the door down, running in with guns, bro. Like, yo, if y'all wanted some food, you could have just asked, bro.
Prison. After a high-speed chase, the suspect was finally halted by the cops. As soon as a cop closed in on him, he turned around and started a brawl with the cop. Another cop joined him, but he was not giving up resisting. Eventually, He was brought down.
That's a rugby player right there.
A single man was so hard to get arrested that 3 cops had to manhandle him. Number 23. Suspect saves himself from a dirty cop. This couple of boys were getting assaulted by a police officer. He thought he could get away, but the boys recorded him. The dirty cop first came at one of the boys and struck him with a flashlight. The boy knew his rights and immediately schooled him. But the cop did not stop. He tried to assert dominance by showing his badge. That did not end well for the cop, though, because he did not realize he was being recorded on the camera by the smart suspects.
He didn't realize
he was wrong to underestimate these teenagers.
Y'all thought y'all the only ones who got drones.
Detective humbles the cops. This detective was on duty when he saw a police car following him. Instead of getting offended, he humbled them straight away. The police car had been following the black detective for a mile. He finally had enough and decided to stop and see what the circus was about. The police officers got out and started questioning the detective. When they found out that he was an officer of the law, they immediately pulled back and ran straight back to their car. Luckily, they stopped before it turned into a bigger mess. Number 25.
You know, the scary part is you damn near got to be a detective, a lawyer to win these type of discussions. Because I would have just got out the car and be like, hey, why y'all following me? What? Is that a threat? It'd have been a wrap for me, bruh.
Cops accidentally stop a judge. Nothing could have prepared the cops to get ready to face this embarrassing encounter. A judge was driving when he was pulled over by a police car. He simply asked them to run the registration plates. When the cops found out that the person they had stopped was a judge, they apologized and let him go. Number 26. Cops mistakenly arrest an FBI agent. This group of cops made a mistake so embarrassing that this footage will always be a waking reminder for them to do their duties right. Some police officers thought that this guy sitting very carefree matched the description of a criminal. So without any proof, they decided to bar...
I want to know what the description was, bro. Because nothing about him looks really that unique. The description can't just be black and dark. That can't be this description cannot be tall black guy, bro. We're all finna match that.
...in his private space and demand him to give in to an unlawful arrest. Despite the constant pleas of the guy claiming that they had the wrong guy, the cops were not ready to listen to his logical explanations. When the cops pulled out the handcuffs to detain the man, he asked them very politely to check his ID. It revealed that he was an FBI agent.
What does that say? What does that say? Oh!
The look of surprise and embarrassment is quite evident on the faces of these cops. They probably knew at that moment that their careers were over. Number 27, criminal hides in the trash can.
I'm in a wrong career field as a black guy, bro. I need a job that's gonna give me a certain level of power. I need a job that, like, when the police pull me over and they're like, "What are you doing on this road?" And I just roll my window down and I'm like, "Talking to me? The President of the United States?"
Huh? This sweet escape will leave you in awe at how quickly the criminal was on his feet. Having only a few seconds before the officer catches him, the runner finds the trash can
I'm not jumping
and
in the trash.
decides to use it as the perfect
I don't care how much I need to get away. I'm
no
not
clue
jumping
that the
in
criminal
no
he
trash,
was
bro.
after was one cheeky hidester. Number
No,
28.
trash stinks.
Cops. Hear a lecture
I'm gonna just
from a
have to get
veteran.
arrested.
This cop needs to learn more about his job before putting on his scary face for routine questioning. But don't worry, this veteran is here to get him to refocus on his techniques. The cop stopped this particular dark sedan, although a bunch of others had run closely after the traffic stop. After questioning about why they were stopped, the veteran receives a very unsatisfying answer.
Possible attempted homicide.
Possible attempted homicide.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Hearing the stupid answer, he goes on to lecture them about the law and his rights, which the cop should have known in the first place.
Your cooperative behavior right now does not help your cause.
The cop got humbled real fast. The cops were wrong to mess with a veteran, but you can only imagine what they do
I gotta
with
go
a citizen
study the laws, bro.
unaware of his rights. Number 29.
I gotta study my
Sober
laws.
man outsmarts the cops. This man was not even drunk, but the cop was not ready to hear him out. What happened next probably embarrassed the whole police department. This poor guy was asked to do the sobriety test 3 times. Despite his constant pleas to get the
Not
breathalyzer
3
test
times, bro. I
and be done
passed
with
it
it, the
twice
cop
already.
would not budge. He kept insisting that the guy was drunk and went as far as to arrest him. The trip to the police station was not pretty, though. The cop soon realized his dumb mistake and apologized immediately. He got a lecture from the suspect.
I just want to know, like, how does it feel?
And definitely one from his
He said, "How
superiors
does it
too.
feel?"
So these were
How
the
does it
encounters these cops will remember for a long time.
That's insane. Look, police officers do a lot of great work. I know a lot of great police officers, but hey, you can't arrest everybody. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.